Well, Florida is always a key state during presidential elections, and this year the Sunshine State is a battleground for the Senate. The so-called I-4 corridor that runs through the central part of Florida is the swing region right now that will likely determine this year's race. John Harwood has more from Celebration, Florida.
The Democrats are going to become the majority in the House and the Senate.
The race here in Florida pits Bill Nelson, the longtime Democratic incumbent, who touts his fights against Wall Street and insurance companies, against Rick Scott, the former healthcare CEO, who's now Florida's Republican governor and trumpets the state's job growth. In a state packed with older voters, each uses Medicare to attack the other's background.
But career politician Bill Nelson doesn't think that rule applies to him. News reports reveal that Nelson doesn't pay payroll taxes for his employees. He doesn't even provide them with health benefits. It's stealing money from Medicare and Social Security, and it's unfair.
Rick Scott can't hide from the truth. He was CEO of a company fined $1.7 billion for Medicare fraud. He gave political donors secret contracts after Hurricane Irma that cost taxpayers $30 million. He cut education. He denied health care.
Scott claims credit for Florida's strong economy, and Republicans here agree.
We're making some good strides as far as, being able to new jobs and being progressive and getting back on track.
But Democrats have united in opposition to Trump and against his tax cut.
I really feel like it's a tax cut for the 1% and not for me.
I do.
Now the battle over Trump's Supreme Court pick has introduced a new wild card. Anger among Republicans about a tax on Brett Kavanaugh. Nationally, pollsters show Republican enthusiasm rising, almost on par now with Democrats.
It's such a fraud issue.
The Kavanaugh hearings are a disgrace.
I don't think the liberal side, the Democrats, are doing themselves any favor with what's going on right now with this nomination, this Supreme Court nomination. I think it's a sham. I'm disgusted watching it.
Here in Florida and nationally, the question is whether that new Republican energy survives if the Senate confirms Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Still 4 weeks until Election Day. For Nightly Business Report, I'm John Harwood in Celebration, Florida.